Hello, this is Mr. Brolick, and today I'm actually going to show you guys how to remove and install a water heater. One of the first things you want to do is you want to make sure that the electricity is off, or you could get fried. So now that we turned our electricity off, you just want to really make sure that the electricity is off. So I know for a fact that this LED was displaying, and there's nothing there now, so everything looks good. Okay, here's the top. Now, this down here goes up. Hard to see, but that says in. And the other side is out. This is the out. Goes up here. Goes to the cold water, then the hot water. Feeds all of my hot water. So now here we are. We're going to go down here and we're going to attach the hose. Oh, looks like somebody didn't shut that off. Then we want to close down our cold water incoming. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. So the cold water comes through this pipe over here. You got to shut it off from here. And then we're going to go over here. I'm going to shut this off right here. That'll keep our cold water from constantly running so we could actually get the water out of the system. But we're going to leave the hot water open. We're going to leave that open. We want to purge the system or remove all of the water from the hot water side. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this is open. Obviously it's open. And we're going to go down here. And we're going to begin to purge the system. So now all this water is running outside. Now when you're draining the water, you probably want to go from the boiler to the outside on a downward slope. So as you can see, the hose is outside the back door. And I'll give you a follow. Just walk it out. Right now I'm going downhill. And there's the end of the hose. There we go. Got some water running. Not enough. To make purging the hot water easier, you want to open up all your spigots in the house. There it is, the flow. Slow and steady. Now we're going to begin to cut the pipes. So this is the one that's going to the input of the boiler. So we're going to cut that first. After we cut this, we're going to join this to the input of the cold water main. And I'll show you that later. So now we're going to begin to cut at the copper piping. One. We're going to cut the other one. Actually, I mean, I need to cut that there. Let's cut that. loose. And last, cut this. That's loose. And it looks like we got one more connection. Tell you, it's always safety first. Go. Every now and then we're going to spring a leak. That means this shut-off valve wasn't really working. Look at all that water. There you go. Keep pissing. Now, all we got to do is undo the electricity, and then we're going to be able to remove this thing out of here. And approaching the water heater, you're actually going to have to go into this little electrical circuit thing. Open that up. You're actually going to find you gotta be careful because there's some pretty nasty rusted stuff in here. Just gonna take this little band off. Now you want to make sure that your outlet tester works. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this in to here. And then make sure, yes, that it's working. So I'm going to come on over here. I'm going to make sure that there's no illumination. I know for 100% sure that there isn't, but you want to just really be careful. If you think there is any electricity, you probably want to put a pair of hot gloves on. But other than that, just showing you how to do it. Now that we got everything unwired, everything's unwired. This is our electrical feed in. Ready to take this baby out. Always remember we got to cut our copper to measure, so we're just going to start cutting this right here away. And make sure everything measures up. So when we put this back in, we'll be okay. You got to make sure you cut everything to length. This is our old copper pipe right here. So as you can see, I can ended it here and I cut it. This is our new piece right here. This goes down right here, so it's cold water in, goes into our boiler, and that's our boiler in. Always remember, when we prep our copper, we always got to clean this copper really well. So we're going to get some sandpaper. We're also going to, this particular tool has a kind of a deburr tool right here, so you're going to go inside and you're going to scrape away all the burrs in there. You don't want anything causing any buildup inside there, so scrape that out. In the copper, you want to put a real good shine on it. So you take your sandpaper, you're going to go across it like this, and just really, you want to clean that copper so good that it's actually going to look brand new, pretty much. It looks like I probably just bought this right here, almost never been used. You want to make sure that's really clean. Also, what you want to do is, even though the fittings right here, this is a brand new, you want to also make sure that you're clean inside there too, and that is going to prevent any problems when you're soldering. Very important that you clean this. Always remember, when soldering, you could never have too much flux. This is going to actually help to facilitate the solder to flow in, so it can fill up the joints. Never enough. Just load it up. Get that flux on there. Now we're almost ready to solder right here. So I got that piece in. Now I can't stress the fact enough. You're gonna have to have a pair of safety glasses to make sure nothing gets in your eyes. Remember, you only got two eyes. You lose one of them, it sucks. The other thing is, you want to watch out where you're soldering and watch all the hot stuff, because you get injuries like this right here. So that's a pretty bad one right there. That's an old soldering injury. Got that about a year ago. Want to heat the fitting, not the copper. I'm going to make sure you back off your flame just enough to get it right. Alright, so now we're nice and connected right here. Here's our old pipe tied into the old kind of new stuff where I used from the old boiler. Bring it back down and it ties right into the input of the boiler. As you see, everything is done now. Everything is all soldered. So what's going to happen is the output of the boiler is going to go up right here. The output side is going to go to the input of the hot water heater. The output of the hot water heater is going to go straight up here, and this is going to feed my whole house. Give myself some hot water. And remember, on every male adapter, you want to put Teflon tape. Teflon tape is very important. Kind of gives it a seal to make sure no leaks come through. And with this hot water heater, you don't want any leaks. This is our pressure release valve right here. So it's going to go down to a copper pipe. This is supposed to be 6 inches from the floor. So this definitely is in spec. And I'm going to go ahead and install that in. Got to put a little Teflon tape here. And you're supposed to check this every year. Release it just to make sure that the water comes out. Always remember to open all the valves right here. You got to make sure you open your hot and your cold water to let all the air out. You don't want your boiler running with any air in it. Same thing with your water heater. You got to fill this up so you'll see that it automatically fills up. You'll know it's full by going over here to the pressure release valve, and there'll be some water coming out of it. So pretty much everything's full, everything's all together. And as you can see, this is how to install a water heater. I am not cleaning up tonight. No. I'll save that for tomorrow. This is the old one. If I look over here, you can see how eaten up it was down there.